Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hello, good afternoon, Philippines, good afternoon, world, and welcome once again to our ETUlay online tutorial session this afternoon for the subject Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Region, or CPAR. So I am your Tutor Mary Grace. So before we begin to our lesson or to our topic this afternoon, I would like to greet a good afternoon to our viewers out there who are with me in our FB Live and YouTube Live. Okay, so sir, students from Quezon Science High School, Paula May, Marcy Rive, and the rest, thank you for joining me this afternoon. And also to all our viewers out there who were also with us last time. Also, we have Sir Carl Henry Damaso, who is currently watching from Philippine International English School in Kuwait. Good afternoon, Ella, Ashley, and Maria Clarice, all from Quezon Science High School. Again, thank you for being with me in our Week 7 for Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions. So proceeding to our next slide. So this time, we are going to have, or I am going to show to you a final product using appropriate materials in making contemporary art. So if you have seen my let's say my invitation to watch this afternoon session, okay, I have presented there a material actually that we can repurpose, okay, to be able to produce an artwork that is very much contemporary in its own version, and of course it also answers the need to repurpose materials that we have or that we already have in our household. All right. So this time around, okay, we are going to use the same material or the same reference material that we used last time. So this one is developed. This is an ADM developed by the Division of Cagayan de Oro City. So thank you very much for lending us this module. And of course, we are going to focus the competency in conceptualizing contemporary art based on techniques and performance practices in their locality. All right. And for the objectives, just like the last time, although we did the first two, we are now targeting objective number 3, okay, which is to create the intended final product using appropriate materials for the best possible output. Ayan. So, earlier, nag-post ako ng isang short video, okay, showing you this very simple item that I know most of you out there have this kind of item, okay, in your household, especially if you are an avid fan of buying stuff online, okay? So, I'm pretty sure you have this kind of item that comes in different shapes and sizes in your very own household. So we are going to repurpose that material to create a final product, okay? So that our possible output will be our own artwork also. All right, so that is our objective for this week, okay? So that's the third objective. We are done with the first two objectives last time. So previously, we talked about the local contemporary arts that we can find in the region of Mindanao. And we also discuss several facts about that region. Okay, so I hope you're able to remember those facts. Okay, before we move on to our next slide, let me say good afternoon to John Edelbert Galaros Escritor, Joel Rubias, Shan Salayo, all from Quezon Science High School, also Rix Melvin Hazme, and my former student from Luxin National High School, now Luxin Integrated School, Patrick Hernando. Thank you for watching this session with me. Thank you for being in this session with me this afternoon. So proceeding, we have first our special feature. Okay, so this special feature, I have asked the permission from the student who owns this one and his parents so that I can have this feature in our afternoon session. This is also a product of contemporary art and not just in the field of arts or sketching, okay, but also in writing. So let's see. We are featuring a creative journal. Okay, so Patrick, if you're watching, I know you're familiar with this, or my former students in Luxuhin Integrated School, now Luxuhin Integrated School. I believe if I've become one of your teachers and you are familiar with this. Creative journal. What is it? So it is keeping a journal regularly, but it has a twist of creativity. It can have different kinds of arts and different handicrafts, etc., etc., etc. So since then, up to now, okay, I have been asking my students to keep a creative journal. Sometimes I include it in the grading of their performances, in written and in performance itself, but sometimes I just require them so that they can freely express themselves without worrying about the grade, okay, that they will receive for their entries. Okay, so the feature journal this afternoon belongs to Fox Nicolai O. Socorro. So right now, he is a grade 9 student of Quezon Science High School, but he was my student in English 8 last school year. Okay, and here you have a sample of the cover design that he did for his creative journal. And in this one, you will notice that, okay, you see here the planet Earth, the moon, okay, and all those that can be seen in the outer space, okay, because that is the concept of his journal. So this is the cover page of Fox's journal. Okay, so moving on, let's now see what we can find inside this journal. So just a clue. All the topics I have given them all the topics or journal prompts for this entry. Okay, so that I'd be able to somehow gain what do you call that? A sense of control over what I'm going to read, okay, for every student. So let's dig inside Fox's creative journal. Are you ready? All right, let's go. So try to watch this video and comment whatever it is that you'd like to say about it in our comment section. All right, so let's see this. Okay, so this is just a typical notebook. Okay, and as you can see, even the back cover of Fox's notebook has been designed with the same concept. So it's a spring notebook. Okay, and of course, okay, pagka-ukok ng mga teacher, kailangan palaging may pangalan. Okay, so this is from Fox Nicolai O. Socorro. His section before was grade 8 out there. Then inside, this is the first creative journal entry. Okay, and this is the prompt. Grade 8 looks, okay, for him it says marvel, and then you see there the OUS under it makes it marvelous. So for him, grade 8 is marvelous. Okay, then you have there the second prompt, I feel most happiest whenever. Then again, in the first few entries, you will notice that he's into Marvel superheroes. All right. So that's why the theme of the first 3 entries are all about that. Then on the next one, the prompt is I hadn't thought about, and his answer is quitting school. Then you have here, okay, the prompt is my theme song for this week, and this is actually his interpretation of another one bites the dust. Okay, and then my top 3 struggle these days. So as you can see, he decorated this entry with several things that represent his top three struggles during those days. And those were time management, academic accomplishment, maintenance, and consistency of grades. So it's represented there. And mind you, he also used hard paper or cardboard paper, okay, to design his creative journal entries. So this one, what would happen if you could fly wherever you wanted? Then when would you use this ability? So he interpreted it, or he expressed himself using the wings of an angel. Okay, what would happen if it really did rain cats and dogs? So this is his interpretation, very literal. Okay, but the theme is there. The umbrellas and the waves of the ocean, they're all there. And this entry, what if cows gave iced tea instead of milk? Okay, so that's one. Those are the first few entries of Fox's creative journal. So as you may have noticed, in his journal, almost all of the entries in almost all of his entries, he used cardboard paper or cardboard. Okay, that's where he drew these different sketches, then cut them out precise with precision, and then glued them on the paper. Okay, and then when he writes the words, especially for this, when he wrote the words, okay, accompanying his artwork, he what do you call that? He wrote his words so that the shape of the artwork will not be unorganized, will not be covered by the words. So ito yung maganda kay Fox. Even though I required them to, they can just express their thoughts about the prompts using artworks. With Fox, it's always a combination of his artworks and his words. Is he such a good writer? Okay, so before we proceed to the next part of what's inside Fox Creative Journal, so I would like to say good afternoon to JRP Molase, who's watching from Masagana High School. Hi, juries. Good afternoon, Christine Rose Reyes, Marcy. Good afternoon, Mary Elvie Serras, and Ma'am Lynette Gumera Barrientos, who is watching from OCCS or Zami City Division, Region 10. Okay, so there you go. So thank you for being with us this afternoon. Okay, let's move on to the next part of Fox's Creative Journal. So let's continue. So the last entry was all about what if cow gave iced tea instead of milk. Okay, so there is a literal interpretation, but the words, if you're able to read them, it's insightful and funny at the same time. Okay, so the next entry, so I'm emphasizing how he made an effort there, doing a sketch first on the hard paper and then cutting it with precision and gluing it on his journal. What would happen if there were no television? Would it be good or bad for everyone? So there, he has an interpretation again, that old TV, very classic. This entry is prompted by what would happen if everyone wore the same clothes. So again, this is really effort, guys, because he drew 6 different characters and made them wear the same clothes. Then, of course, this one, what would happen if you could become invisible? Okay, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Right, so that's his interpretation of that. And then this is the last entry in Fox's Creative Journal. And for this one, he made a ball pen sketch, okay, with it's not the last one, a few of the last ones, with a haiku, okay, in the middle. Okay, it's all about faith. It's all about faith in God. Okay, and then proceeding to the next one. This one is really impressive. Okay, you just have to be careful in touching it and handling it. But I think it's made up of CDs that he shaped into a diamond. Okay, so it has a prompt also. And the next one is almost symbolic of, our celebration with the LGBTQIA. I don't know, but it just says a rainbow. That's the entry. So as part of our nature, of our surrounding teacher. Again, he used that time he used broken glasses highlighted with different rainbow colors. Okay, and I believe this is the last one. Okay, and in this one, I asked them to make something that celebrates nature. Okay, and that is his entry. You have there a 3D flower, the orange one at the top, okay, highlighted by the green grasses at the bottom, and another peachy pinkish flower. And there you go. That is our first special feature for this afternoon. That is Fox's Creative Journal. So thank you, Fox, and to your parents also for letting me feature your creative journal in this session. Okay, so this is his full name once again, and this is a full picture of the front cover. The one on the right side is the front cover, and the one on the left side is the back cover. All right, there you go. Thank you, Fox, and thank you to your mom and dad for letting me feature your artwork. It's already an artwork, a masterpiece in its own, both in the field of arts and sketching, painting, and in writing also. So there you go. That's Fox for you guys. So before I proceed to our next special feature, so I would like to go to our comment section and greet these people who are with us this afternoon. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Yolanda. Good afternoon, Ma'am Yolanda Manuzon Yabut, who is watching from SDO Caloocan, Grace Park Elementary School. Okay, good afternoon, Jarvis, Ma'am Christine Rose Reyes, and good afternoon, Brent. Good afternoon, Man Mansawi, Mamang. There you go. Okay, let's move on to our next special feature. So our next special feature, this is the output that I have prepared for you guys. So this is related to my teaser video that I have posted in my Facebook account, okay, with hashtag ETUlay. Okay, and this teaser video is somehow it has the theme of a DIY. Okay, so because we are repurposing the what we think are already waste materials in our own household. Okay, so I hope you'd be able to find inspiration in this output of mine. All right, so without further ado, let's proceed. So for this time, my contemporary art final output would be a combination of collage and junk art. So weeks ago, we have discussed about the definition of collage and the definition of junk art. So when it comes to collage, you're just pretty much going to prepare several pieces of magazine pages or newspaper pages, okay, and then glue them, layer them, okay, in a particular surface like a paper, or for example in our artwork today, we'll see that later. And then for junk art, okay, we're going to find those little things in our household, in our own homes that we think are already, let's say, junk materials, but we're not yet throwing them away because we know in the back of our head that we can still use them. And this is what I found out, okay, a while ago, that I will be able to use this stuff in my ETUlay session and to finally give you a final output for this subject. So are you ready for this one? So I hope you're ready. So again, we are combining collage and junk art. But with this, I'll be switching to a video, okay? There's actually several video that I have prepared for us guys. And I hope that you'll be able to follow them and that they will inspire you to create your own. Okay, so first, the materials. So let us see what materials do we need for this one. Okay, so we're already preparing the first video for the materials. All right, so we're just waiting for, here we go. So these are the videos that, the materials that we need. So una, kailangan natin yung box. Yan yung nandun sa teaser video ko. Okay, so when it comes to the box, actually, kahit anong box pwede nyong gamitin. Any shape, any size, even the colored ones. I just chose this box because this is the one I had which has the most basic color. Kaya madali siyang patungan na kung ano man ang kailangan ko ipatong sa kanya. Tsaka hindi siya ganon kalaki para hindi ako mahirapan ding mag-isip ng gagawin ko sa kanya. Remember the last time we discussed about the approaches, the things we have to do before we can finally create, our artwork. So yun, pinag-isipan ko munang mabuti kung ano yung ilalagay ko sa kanya. And since I can do an artwork that is big, hindi rin naman kaya ng art installation, so parang ito, mini art installation na din, so I chose this box. And then aside from the box, these are the other materials that we have. So meron tayong little trinkets, empty containers na pwede natin i-repurpose. Again, nilagyan ko lang ng konting twist by using old earrings na wala nang kapares, di ba? Naranasan niyo ba yung nalalaglagan kayo ng earrings? Pag uwi niyo ng bahay, isa na lang. So here's a way to make use of them again. Then, of course, the art tools that we need, scissors, we have the double-sided tape, yung flat one, and then yung foam type. We have a glue gun and glue stick, and other types of glue. We have yung roll-on na glue, and then we have yung parang liquid na glue, yung karaniwan na glue, ano? Then, of course, is collage. We need to have different torn pages of magazines or newspapers. Different kinds of textiles, para may iba't ibang feel, okay, sa ating pakiramdam, yung ating final output. Then you have buttons and other anik-anik na meron tayo sa ating mga bahay. There you go. Yan po ang ating mga materials for our project this afternoon. Okay? So, thank you. Let's proceed to the first step in our video. In our project. So the first step is repurposing empty bottles that we have. Okay, for this one, okay, so for this one, meron akong maliliit na something, ano ba yan? Lalagyan ng lotion dati. Ilalagyan ng contact lens na nirepurpose ko lang. Okay, so nilinisan ko lang siya ulit. And then, yung ibabaw niya, nilagyan ko ng, yun nga, yung earring, wala nang kapares, using glue gun, dinikit ko sa ibabaw, para may konti siyang design, no? Parang yun yung magiging handle niya. Parang yun yung magiging handle niya dun sa kanyang takip. Yan, para kapag ka, kapag ka binubuksan natin siya, meron siyang konting kaartihan sa buhay. Yan. So that's our repurposing of empty empty receptacles or empty canisters. Okay? So let's continue. Medyo naglalaging video natin. So please bear with me. Konti-konti lang. Okay, let's see. Yan, let's play it again. Okay, so I prepared 3, okay, but then later on I decided that since my project is micro mini, di ba masyadong micro mini, I will just use one of them, okay? Now, since yung glue, medyo white siya, medyo off yung color niya, kitang-kita siya doon sa ibabaw, what we can do is to color that part, no? With, ayan, yung ginamit ko doon sa green ng takip, kinulayan ko yung glue part, yung nato yung glue ng green na, tawag yan, panglagay sa kuko, ang manicure. Hindi kasi ako nagpapamanicure, no? So, di natin alam. Cutix, nail polish, there you go. Sorry, nail polish na color green para mag-blend in siya doon sa color ng takip. Pero aside from that, we can also use other mas colorful, mas may pop of different colors yung inyong repurposed material, then why not? You can also do that. Okay? So, ayan. So, I'm just coloring the glue part with a nail polish. Okay? So, mura lang yan. Pero kung meron na kayong old one sa bahay ninyo, yun na lang yung gamitin ninyo. You don't have to buy new ones. Okay? And then, syempre, ewan ko sa inyo, ako kasama, inaamoy-amoy ko pa yung nail polish. Ewan ko, I like its smell. Parang bago sa pakiramdam. And then, I use the gray one para naman dun sa container maliit na container na merong color yellow na takip. Parang yun yung Pantone colors of the year, no? Yellow and gray. Okay, so there you go. So that is our video about how to repurpose old containers and how to give them a sense of twist. Okay, lagyan ng konting kaartihan para mas maging attractive siya pagka ginamit natin sa bahay natin o kaya sa ibang bagay. Okay? So let's now move on to the next video. Okay, let's move on to the next video. Yan. So please, again, bear with me. Medyo technical difficulties tayo. Okay, but thank you very much kasi may tumutulong sa atin. Alright, so let's remove this because we are done with this video. So we'll just remove that. And then let's proceed to our third video. Okay, our third video will show us the collage part of our art project. Okay, this is the collage part. All right. So sharing it now. Okay, just wait a while. But before we go to that video, good afternoon, Ma'am Mansawi Mamangko and Ma'am Jana Corneja, watching from San Roque Central Elementary School. Advisor Ma'am Marifel Malinit, Grade 3, Sampaguita. Okay, so let's proceed to the video now. So this is our next video. And as you can see, I'm thinking what to do with this box that I have. Yan. Ito ay galing sa isang online something na binili. Then I have these different pages, okay, taken from magazines, old magazines, syempre. Yan, kung meron kayo, kung wala kayong old magazines, pwede ding newspapers or anything, printed thesis na hindi nagagamitin. For example, pwede rin natin gamitin yan sa ating collage. So also, we need glue. Kung saan kayo maalwan gumamit ng glue dun sa parang liquid or dun sa parang roll-on, sa glue stick na tinatawag, why not? Yan. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you're going to do, okay, with the pieces of magazine pages, okay, and of course, the box that I have shown you in my teaser video. Okay? So let's have the video now. So it's playing bit by bit. Okay. So please bear with it. So once again, thank you students from Quezon Science High School for watching this online tutorial session for contemporary Philippine arts from the region. Okay. So as of the moment, we are watching the video on how to plan the collage that we have or that we are going to have for our project. Okay. There it goes. And the video is not playing continuously. All right. Okay, so hintayin lang natin. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually planning. Okay, paano ko ilalagay yung mga text. Parang ayokang basta idikit na lang siya ng basta na lang idikit. So parang gusto ko medyo may konting naka-angle, nakatabingi, ganyan para may konting may konting flair dun sa paglalagay ng ating mga papel para sa ating collage product. Okay? Okay, so this is that video, and yeah, you just bear with it because I think we're having issues with the internet. Or I'm having issues with the internet, although my video is already in my laptop. Okay, so there it is. And then let's proceed to the next video. For this next one, we are going to I'm going to show you kung paano ko na dinikit yung mga collage materials dun sa ating box. Okay? So let me just pull up the next video. Okay, so let's have the next one. What I'm going to show you is somehow the final output of the collage itself. Okay, so let's have this. Okay, let's have this video. So you'll see kung paano na ba nabuo yung ating box with collage. Okay, so there it is. So, patabi ko siyang nilagay para hindi naman straight na para din straight from the magazine itself. And then, ayan. So, as you can see, ang ginagamit ko ay yung glue stick. Para sa akin, mas madali yun. Pero syempre, pwede nyo rin naman gamitin yung parang liquid type na glue. Okay? So, yan yung isang part, yung isang page ng magazine na nilagay natin sa box for the collage. For the next page, okay, let's see. Our next page will contribute to the addition of color. Kasi as you can see, black and white lang talaga yung unang part, yung unang layer ng ating collage. So, moving on to the second layer, meron tayong ibang colors na idadagdag. Okay? And let's see what colors are those. So, nag-decide ako to have a pop of color dun sa ating collage. So, using this page from a magazine. So, I can decide to cut a certain part, pero pwede din naman na i-tear yung ibang part. So, hindi palaging cut ang gagamitin pag nagko-collage ka. Para may variety, pwede mo rin naman gamitin yung kamay mo. Especially pag iniisip kang, alam mo yung bagay na gusto mong mag-release ng something negative. Yan, idaan natin sa pag-tear ng mga papel sa ating paggagawa ng collage. Okay, so pwede yun. Oo, may psychological practice, no? Parang dito, ito yung magiging outlet ng ating nararamdaman na sabihin na natin na medyo negative at medyo mabigat sa pakiramdam. So, tingnan natin kung anong kalalabasan ng mga, ano yung mga pop of colors na idadagdag ko doon sa ating collage on a box. Ito yung outer part pa lang nung box. Yan. So, ito yung nagupit ko na kanina. Set that aside. And then the others, so I'm just going to, just let go of that anger sa mga nangyayari sa paligid. Let go of that negativity. And just tear the magazine page, okay, for an added flair, para may ibang texture yung ating collage. Okay, so in this part, yan, I'm starting to tear the paper. And you don't really have to think of the pattern, okay, just, let your hand tear freely on that paper. Bahala na kung saan mapunta yung pero pwede rin naman na kung may sinusundan kayong image, for example, doon sa page na yon, pwede nyo namang sundan yung image na yon, even though you're just tearing the paper. That can happen also. Okay, so good afternoon to Nathaniel Mata, okay, watching from Talon National High School in Zamboanga City. Thank you, sir, for being with me in this online session. Okay, so there you go. So this is how you tear the paper na gagamitin natin sa ating pagko-collage. Again, sa outer part pa lang nung ating box. Okay, so ayan. Moving on. Our next video will show us, okay, kung ano ba yung mangyayari na. So ano ngayon kung meron na tayong pop of color. Okay? So even though we have a pop of color, it doesn't mean na yun na yun, di ba? So, mas maganda sa collage, mas maraming layer. Okay? Kasi parang, mas maraming variety, mas malawak yung pwede mong gawin. So, let's proceed dun sa part kung saan na-glue ko na yung, okay na yung outer collage natin dun sa box. So, this video will show us yung final product ng ating box with an outer collage. Kasi syempre, di ba, meron pang loob yung box. So, we're still doing something, we're still going to do something about that. Pero unahin natin yung outer. So, this is that video. Okay? So, ayan. So, ito na yung outer part. Okay? So, yan yung pop-up colors sa likod, sa harap, sa gilid, even sa ilalim ng ating box. And then, syempre, our inside is still bare. Okay? Parang wala pa. So, dyan na ba yung nagtatapos? Of course not. Syempre, meron pa yung kasunod. Okay, that's why earlier sa mga materials natin, marami tayong pinakitang iba't ibang materials, not just materials for collage making, but also other trinkets that we have, yung mga anik-anik natin sa bahay na pwede nating i-repurpose, i-reuse, i-recycle. Yan. So, magti-3R pala tayo dito. Okay? So, tapos na yung labas. Let's proceed inside. Inside that box in our next video. But before that, we have Ma'am Kristen Tagami, good afternoon, and Ma'am Reyes Sanico Manalo, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jenna from Quezon Science High School, once again. Okay, so let's have the next video, this time around, showing you how to work in the inside part of our collage, no? So this is what I planned for the inside part. So kung kanina, ang outlet ng ating negativity ay to tear the paper apart, this time around, okay, psychologically speaking, baka ako tawagan ng mga psychologists, pwede rin tayo mag-release ng anumang negative na nararamdaman natin using this technique, no? So kanina, tearing the paper. Ngayon naman, let's see, ano ang gagawin natin doon sa loob ng box. Nakikita niyo ba? What do we have there? Yan. What we have there is crumpled paper. So if you have a piece of paper na gusto mong ilagay sa loob, so since ang concept natin ay collage, at sa collage, sikat na sikat yung mga pieces of paper na merong sulat. So ang ginamit ko din to crumple is yung print side ng magazine, yung maraming words. Okay, tapos naglagay ako ng mga double-sided tape sa loob. Okay, so that it will hold the crumpled paper inside, no? Para hindi galaw ng galaw at syempre hindi natatanggal-tanggal itong part na to ng ating artwork, ng ating art project. So syempre, tatanggalin mo yan, nakakauk-uk na bagay pagdating sa mga double-sided tape, di ba? Naranasan niyo ba yun? Nakadikit yung double-sided tape, syempre, tatanggalin mo na ibabaw para ma-reveal yung kasunod, yung sticky part, di ba? Pero, pag tinatanggal mo na siya, either hindi matigas yung ulo ng double-sided tape, madaling tanggalin yung white part, or matigas ang ulo niya, ayaw nila maghiwalay, sumasama pa rin yung adhesive part. No, naranasan niyo ba yun? So, comment niyo sa box kung naranasan niyo at ano yung pakiramdam. Nakakaukok ba? Para sa akin, nakakaukok yun, ano? So, ayan. So, ito yung gagawin natin ito yung gagamitin natin to hold the crumpled paper in place, no? Double-sided tape. So, on all corners or all sides of the box, nilagyan natin para maganda yung pagkakalapat niya sa ilalim sa loob nung box. Okay? So, there you go. So, let's move on to the next part of the video. Okay? The next part of the video, ano naman ang gagawin natin sa likod? So, okay na yung ating first and second layer para sa collage. But what about a final layer? Okay, para parang hindi naman masyadong hindi pinag-isipan yung collage. So, lalagyan natin ng tema. Okay, so this is what I did with the back part of the collage. So, let's see this video. Then, kung meron kayong gustong itanong, okay, about this video, comment lang kayo sa ating comment section. So, this is what I did. Okay, so kung mahilig kayong maghanap ng mga words sa magazines, no? Mahilig kayong buuin yung pangalan nyo using the cutout letters from magazines, pwede nyo rin gawin yon, okay, to deliver a message. More like yung mga pinopost natin sa social media, but this time around using cutout words or letters from magazine. So ito yung next video natin. What I did with the back part of our final product. So as you can see, ayan, I have the word feed and I'd like to use it. But since yung feed, ang background niya, paligid niya is white, parang nagbe-blend in lang siya dun sa first layer natin ng collage na white. So what I would like to do is to highlight, okay, to highlight yung paligid niya, okay, using different colored part of a magazine. So, yun yung gagawin natin in our next video. Papakita natin kung paano ko ginawa yon para nagkaroon siya ng sarili niyang border. Okay, it's really quite easy as long as marunong kayong gumamit ng gunting o kung hindi man, as long as kaya unit ng papel, madali lang yung gawin. Okay, so tingnan natin yung pinakang final output ng back part ng ating video. Okay, so this is it, this video. So sana ma-inspire din kayo maggawa ng sarili nyong collage. Picturean nyo, i-post nyo sa social media and be proud of it. That will be your collage artwork. So this next video, ito na yung final design, collage design ng ating back part ng box natin na nilagyan natin ng collage. So ayan. So meron akong kinat out na cup of coffee kasi mahilig ako magkape. Sino hindi nagkakape dyan? Okay, and then, syempre, using glue, dinikit ko siya as the final piece doon sa back part ng aking collage. Okay, and then, syempre, that will be in the video. But this one is the actual. See? So, this one is the actual. So, feed your soul. Okay? There you go. So, natapos na yung ating back part. Yan. Siyempre, hindi pa yan tapos. Meron pa tayong mga kasunod na part kasi paano pa yung loob, di ba? So, let's see what happens inside. Ano ba yung plano ko sa loob ng ating box? I have many plans actually. So, kaya lang hindi pwede lahat. So, I chose the one that's closest to my heart. So, let's see this. Dahil medyo grungy, slash punk, slash rock, yung labas. Okay? Yung loob naman is gawin nating a bit girly. Okay? And with that, gagamitin natin ang iba't ibang uri ng materials, mga textiles na meron ako dito sa aming bahay. So, ito lang yung gagawin natin dyan. Let's see this. Let's see this video. Okay? I have here in our live session, Ma'am Sheila Espiliardo Estavillo. Good afternoon also, ma'am. Good afternoon, Kylie and Rafi Veranga, Kylie Vecinal, and Ray Sanico Manalo. O, sabi ni Ma'am Christine Reyes, opo. O, dun sa tanong ko kanina, no? So, our next video, let's go to the inside of the box na ating gagawing art project. Okay, so this one, ayan. So, kasi mayroon akong fluffy material na dating charm niya ng bag ko kaya lang nasira na. So, hindi ko pa siya tinapon, although that was what? 2017? O, tandaan ko yung time. 2017 nasira yung charm na yan. And then, nirepurpose ko lang today. Hindi ko talaga siya tinapon para gamitin dito sa ating, sa ating art final output. And as you can see, yung border ng box, nilagyan ko na rin ng torn paper para magkaroon na siya ng pop of color at hindi masyadong plain white, no? Or words lang, black and white lang yung makikita. So, nagkaroon yan ng pop of color. And then yung inside, yun na bold na hot pink na fluffy kind of material. Okay? And then as you can see, dun sa gilid ng ating box, meron kayong nakikitang parang net, no, na maliliit or pino, yung mga butas-butas niya. So later on, alamin natin kung para saan yan. Okay, so but this time, ayan, nakita nyo na kung ano yung loob ng box. Napuno na rin natin ng iba't ibang torn paper parts, okay, yung loob ng box. So wala ka nang makikita doon sa original na color brown ng box. Alright? So there you go. So next video, ano ba yung may net na yon sa gilid ng ating DIY box? Ano ba yung may net na yon? Ba't may ganun pa? May pa-ganun pa si ma'am. Okay, bakit? So alamin natin. So guys, what we're doing is work, right? Do you agree that what we're doing is artwork? Comment your answer in our chat box, and then let's see if you agree. Okay, so good afternoon. Sir Russell Sultura, Doc Russell, thank you for watching and being with me in this tutorial session. Good afternoon, Sir Eddie Naharo. Okay, thank you very much for being here. Oh, yes daw, sabi ni Paula May. Yes, it's an artwork. Pero ano ba yung nasa side? Dalawang side ng ating box. So, let's see kung ano yung nasa side na yon. Alright, so ito yan. What we're going to do, what I did with the sides, ito yung DIY part. Usually when you do different kind of projects, the DIY, hindi lang, we're not just talking about aesthetics. Although, for the first videos that I've shown you, nandun tayo sa aesthetics. But this time, ang pinakang gusto ko sana ma-produce ng mga batang Pilipino out there would be functional art, okay, for our subject. Kaya talagang parang nasa DIY tayo. So, functional art. So, let's see this video. Ano ba yung may mga net part na yon doon sa ating art project? Okay, so, ito yung kanina, wala pa yung floppy part. And then sa side, naglagay ako ng cut-out images ng babae. Okay, because of empowerment. So, I'd like to say women empowerment or gender empowerment, basta empowerment. So, dalawa yan. Okay? Isang very plain black and white attire, and then yung isa parang naka-artwork na cut out din sa magazine. Okay? So, yan yung ginawa ko sa dalawang side. But, wait, there's more. Wala pa dyan yung net, di ba? So, tignan natin, para saan ba yung net na yon? Okay, so let's see the part na merong net. So, hindi yan basta nakalagay lang doon para lang masabing, ay, okay, may net. No. Siyempre, may purpose yan. Okay, so ano yung purpose niyan? Nandito yung purpose. Good afternoon, Sir Mark Buntogon. Okay, salamat sa panonood sa ating DIY. DIY na pala yung session natin, no? So, this next video features the functional part of our project. Okay, so I have here a cut-out piece of net-like cloth. Hindi net-like, net cloth na ididikit ko doon sa magkabilang side ng ating art box, no, ng ating art box. So kahit may collage siya, pwede mong lagyan ito ng iba pang material, no, to break the monotony na puro papel yung ginagamit. So parang in a way mixed media, di ba? Parang in a way mixed media. So that piece of cloth na meron ako ay ididikit natin doon sa magkabilang side ng ating box. So let's see it in the video. So ang ginamit ko lang para madikit yun ay yung material natin na foam type na double-sided tape. Yan, foam type. So as if hindi worse yung double-sided tape na flat, mas mahirap palang tanggalin yung white part nung foam type, mas madikit, as ang kapal ng didikit sa iyong daliri. Okay? So this is the video of that part. Okay. And yeah, so we're having since we're having this bit of difficulty in continuing the video. Okay, I think it's playing now or not yet. Let me just show it to you in actual. Okay, so because I have the actual product here, so yun nga lang, there'll be not much element of surprise. So let's just focus on the actual product that I have here. All right, so let's proceed. What I have here, I hope you guys can see what I have here in my hand. This is the finished product. This is the back part. I don't want to show the front part yet. And this is the side one. Okay, you see it? So as you can see, there's the female and the female cutout magazine na pinatungan ko nung parang net, no? Ano yung I don't know if you can see the net clearly. Yan, nandiyan yan. Ano yung purpose niyan? May purpose yan. So, kung meron kang mga earrings, and I believe almost lahat naman ng babae, halimbawa, bigyan dyan. Functional, di ba? Ayan. Nakasabit na siya. So, yun yung purpose ng net. Ang dami kong pinagdaanan, ano? Pero yun na pala yung purpose niya. So, pero it's functional kasi you can use it. Lalagay mo lang sa bedside table mo, tapos, let's say, wala kang paglagyan ng earring, pwede mo siyang gamitin yung site. Sabitan mo ng earring. Kaya may net. So, and then, madali lang siya. And then, hindi siya malalaglag kasi may butas-butas yung net. So, nakasabi talaga siya doon. Okay? So, yun yung purpose. At all right. Yun. It is not general na tawag natin. Code is to okay, so ito yung final product. Okay, it's actually a picture frame, parang 3D with 3D effect, no? Sabi nga ng anak ko para daw nasa station picture ko. Nasa likod yung furry na color pink. Pero isang function yan, yung ang earrings holder natin sa magkabilang side. Okay? And then yung nasa taas. Okay? Pwede rin siya lalagyan ng kung anik-anik din. Ito, takip ito ng earphone. And then, yung pinakita ko kanina na little container, pwedeng lagyan ng contact lens, for example, o kung ano-ano pa man. Ayan, nilagay ko lang dito, earring. And then, yung takip niya kanina, di ba? Yung nilagyan natin ng earring na, single na. Wala nang kapartner. Ayan. And then, of course, just highlighted it with a ribbon. Okay, ribbon here. Then, yung sa taas, meron din tayong mga parang buttons na ginamit. And then inside, naglagay tayo ng sampayan. Okay? Di ba? Isa sa mga nauso ngayon when you want to redecorate your room. Meron tayong sampayan doon. Yan, the color white. Dinikit ko yan sa magkabilang side using double-sided tape. So, yan yung parang binilot-bilot na tissue paper. No? And then, meron tayong wooden clip here na may design. Nabibili naman yan. Kung wala yan, pwede nyo rin ikabit yung picture nyo using glue or paper clip, yun, pwede nyo gamitin. Then yung picture, I just, wallet size yan, but since, mahaba siya kaysa dun sa box, so I had to cut out all the borders, tas binawasan ko pa siya dito, tsaka sa taas, para maihang pa siya sa loob. Okay? And then inside, ayan, inside, may black part dito, ayan o, black part. Textile din yan, ibang uri ng tela, para lang ma-highlight yung gilid ng ating picture frame. So, it's a 3D picture frame. Yun yung una niyang function as a picture frame. Then, may earrings holder on both sides. And then, may mga container ng kung ano-ano, mga trinkets, little trinkets that we have, okay, na nandito sa taas nung ating picture frame. So, 3D siya kasi, ayan, iba't iba yung material. Meron tayong background, meron tayong foreground. And yung likod, kung ayaw nyo gamitin na picture frame, parang siya, parang inspirational quote that you'd like to tell yourself every day or before you go to sleep at night. Ayan. So, mine here, it says, feed your soul. Okay, feed your soul with art, feed your soul with coffee. Bahala na kayo. So, this is my final contemporary art output. So, it combines what we learned from contemporary art, collage, mixed media, junk art with functionality. Diba? What better way to use art than combine it with function? Okay, so there you go. So this is a 3D picture frame with earrings holder and containers on its top. Okay, so I hope this will inspire you to create your own final output. Okay, so let me go back to my slide. so that you'll know what to do for the activity. In this time, in this time of online classes, you can post your works, for example, in Facebook. Okay? You can post it in Facebook kung gusto niyo. It's up to you. Okay? Pero syempre, lahat ng gagawin natin, may ano yan, may kasamang, what do you call that? May kasamang pag-grade, okay? Or what we call rubric. So let's see. Okay, so we talked about my contemporary art final output, which is collage and junk art. All right, so moving on, we have this one. Okay, good afternoon again. Yes, Sir Carl, I already fixed it. Thank you very much for reminding me. To the Quezon Science High School students who are still with me. So these are pictures of the final output that I just showed you. So it's a 3D picture frame with a three-way function. Yung sinabi ko kanina. Okay? And then ito yung top, yung nasa left side ng screen nyo, and then ito yung sa side, yung nasa right side ng screen nyo. Alright, so this is collage and junk art. Pwede na rin samahan ng multimedia yan kasi we also use different materials. Okay? So what are the takeaways after performing this final output? So number one, we have repurposed waste materials. Yung box, yung mga pira-piraso ng tela na dapat itatapon na, pwede pa pala natin gamitin yon, no? Then we have produced an artwork that is both aesthetic and functional. So, hindi lang magandang tingnan, pero may purpose din siya. No? And then, number three, okay, I showed you how to express yourself using creative journaling. So, if you're not that much into writing, like Fox, gusto niyo na talaga drawing, yun yung self-expression niyo, pwede natin gawin yan using creative journaling. Pwedeng walang prompts. Para sa mga fellow teachers ko, pwede namang may prompts. It's really up to you. Okay, so these are the takeaways for the day. And then, your activity is to do your own functional art. So that's the core of this lesson. For you to do your own functional art. Okay, so it's up to you what materials to use. Just be careful in handling the scissors, yung glue gun, and then do proper personal hygiene before and after doing your functional art. And then, syempre, clean your surroundings after your work. So, your task is to create your own functional art using the available materials in your household and repurposing them for this activity. And this is how you're going to be graded. Okay, if you're in the face-to-face classroom session, this will be the rubric. So we have focus and time management. 5 points will be the highest point. Composition, elements of art, and functionality. So required talaga na dapat may function yung ginawa mo. Then creativity, and then craftsmanship. Lalo na yung ang paggamit ng glue, minsan messy yan. So, it's really up to your skill kung paano natin yan mapuproduce yung pinakang final output na merong neatness and organization. There you go. So, that sums up our lesson for the day, but not our session because it's time for the quote-unquote moment. Okay, and this time around, I will not use any other artist's quote, okay, that I will find via Google and Creative Commons, but I will use mine instead. And I would like to tell you that when we value art, we value self-expression. Okay? Why I did this art? Why collage? Hindi dahil ito lang yung kaya kong gawin at the moment. For example, pero yun talaga ito. Char. Okay, kundi sa pagko-collage, mas madali ako nakakapag-express ng kung ano yung personality na meron ako. So, depende naman kung ano yung gusto mong express. So, as you can see in my final output, medyo grungy, medyo random yung pagpili ng images, maliban dun sa may tema sa dalawang side, which is women empowerment. Okay? So, because that's how I would like to express my thoughts at the moment that I'm creating that piece of art. Really, before getting hold of those materials, ang nasa isipan ko na agad is anong hugot ang meron ako dito? Ano yung i-express ko? Mahalaga yon sa isang artwork. Kahit tayo ay onlookers lang, halimbawa, na kahit na anong artwork, Okay? There's still value in it. Okay? So, lalo na kung tayo yung nagagawa ng art piece. So, when we value art, we value self-expression. There you go. And those are my words for you for our Week 7 CPAR session. Okay? So, I thank you very much to all the viewers who are with me this afternoon. Sa lahat ng mga estudyante ng Quezon Science High School, Sir Russell, thank you for watching. And to my principal, Dr. Carla Marie D. Carandang, thank you for the support. Okay? So, that concludes my lesson, my final output for Contemporary Philippine Arts from the regions. But, please be with us tomorrow for our Wednesday morning habit. This is Tutor Mary Grace. Good afternoon and goodbye.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Filipino. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippine social media accounts. Paalam!